Are you all able to see the screen that I'm sharing? Okay. So in our previous lecture, we were talking about basic word processing. Who can give us a brief review of what we talked about in that last lecture when we were talking about basic word processing? So if I'm sharing a window like this, I can't see what's happening in the meeting. I can't see people who have raised their hands. So just go ahead and say whatever you want to say. Any volunteers? Okay. So in our previous lecture, we talked about the different menus, the different paths that we find on in word processing. We talked about the title bar. We talked about the menu bar. We talked about the toolbar, and we also talked about the status bar. Do you remember? No? Am I still in the meeting? Okay. You are so quiet. So it's your class that in which we discuss these things. Am I right? It was in one of your classes that we discussed these things that I'm talking about, or am I confusing with another class? Okay, that's fine then. So today we want to discuss advanced word processing tools. So with basic word processing tools, yes, we can perform basic formatting of a document, of a Word document. But if you really want now your document to look professionally done, you need to make use of a lot of advanced features that are available on Microsoft Word. So the tools that I particularly want to talk about today are the styles. I also want to talk about the reference tab, and I also want to talk about a special application that can be used when we are using Microsoft Word. So this is what basically we'll be discussing today. The styles, the reference tab, and the Mendeley referencing software. Right. So I'm going to start by giving you a little exercise that I want us to do. Sorry, my computer is a little bit slow. So I want to copy text from some document, and then I'm going to paste it on this Microsoft Word document that I've opened. We want to properly format that document using styles.
I take medication. Give me some. Really pretty sure. They give me.
So it's painful. No.
Take it back.
Hey, how about you?
I'm going to take this one.
Okay, I'm just copying text from a document and applying it. Okay. Say we have a document like that one. We all can see that. Am I right? Hello? Okay. This is a typical document that you might work with in the Microsoft Word. As you can see, normally when you have your document, when you start working on your document, it's usually not formatted. In other words, the structure of the document is in no way, is not in a proper, is not properly formatted. There is no distinction between headings, there is no distinction between ordinary text, there's also no distinction between bullet points and stuff like that. So using the styles tools, you can style your document so that it then becomes properly formatted, right? Headings, using the styles tab, headings are formatted as headings. Paragraphs are also formatted as paragraphs. Points should also be formatted as points. And one thing that I also want to talk about when placing headings is the different levels of headings. This should be reflected in your document. Your document should reveal that this is the main heading of the story, this one is a subheading, and things like that. Don't read too much into what I've pasted here. What I want you to pay attention is on how to format a document so that it comes out professionally looking. Notice in this document there's also this thing here, this number 35, which is in brackets. This is called referencing. So whoever wrote this article is saying this statement that they wrote here, they found it somewhere in an article written by this author here, author number 35. So in their reference list, they'll then have a list of references from number 1 to at least number 35. Number 1 is so and so, number 2 is so and so, number 3 is so and so. I'll discuss more of this when we talk about the reference tab and when we talk about Mendeley referencing software, which will help you to do that. If you have a question, please just ask the question, because I might not see you raise the hand. Right, so how do you format headings as headings? This is a heading, right? Let me remove this numbering. The heading there is introduction. I'm sure somewhere there is another heading which says the research objectives are as follows. There's another heading which is saying literature review. Okay. And some of these are paragraphs, some of these are bullet points, are supposed to be bullet points. Right. So how do you format headings as headings? There is no really a big deal when you are doing this. All you need to do is to select your headings. For example, that one, it to be heading. So headings have got different levels. Mukaenda pakanzi styles kana makaopena Microsoft Word document then pane ma different styles. So this is the styles pen. There are different ways, there are different styles that you can apply to your text. Normal is the default style that could be applied to any text. So say you've copied a document from someone and then you want to apply it in your document. You want to use that text or that text that you've copied, you want to use it in your document. The first thing is you're supposed to highlight everything that you have copied and then you click normal, so that any formatting that was in the previous document would be dealt with. It will be undone, and then the format here becomes just a normal formatting. Right. So after formatting as normal, you then start working with formatting your headings. So headings have different levels. We have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and so forth. These different headings signify the what can I say? The level of a heading. Obviously, there is a main heading, then there are subheadings and subheadings and so forth. So in your document, the main heading would be heading 1. A subheading of the main heading will be heading 2. A subheading of the main heading will be heading 3. If you scroll, you'll notice that there are many types of headings: heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. So when you format this is heading 1. So all you do is highlight heading 1 there. Sorry, this one. So depending on the type of computer that you are using and the office that you are using, these built-in formats, they have got they have their own styles. For example, you'll notice here the color is sort of blue. The color is blue, and the font type is that one there. Aptos display. The font size is 20. You will want to change that. The heading 1, you want to change this to ordinary. You remember from our previous lecture, we were saying that for our assignments and everything, the default font that is supposed to be used is font size is Times New Roman, and then font size is 12. You also need to format the font color so that it remains black. So you can select either the color black or you can select automatic, it becomes black. Since this is a heading, you might want to bold it. But now this has been formatted as a heading. Because notice if I click the normal, is highlighted. If I click there, heading 1 is highlighted. In fact, before we do this formatting, let me show you something. I'm going to undo everything. I'm going to undo everything. Right, we are back at the starting point. Pamuchaita ma dissertation enyu kana pamuchanyora ma something chekuti anenge achiverenga anenge achida some sort of reference kuona kuti zvakati zviri papeji ani panodo inonzi table of contents. Table of contents. So the table of contents shows you what is it shows you the different headings that are in different pages. It shows you the different headings that are in different pages. Now, if you have not formatted your document properly, your table of contents is most likely going to fail to display. For example, here, if we try to put a table of contents, it will probably fail to identify any headings because there is no any text that has been formatted as a heading there. So if you go to the reference tab, remember stuff in the reference tab is what we are mainly going to be talking about today. You go to the reference tab, click on it, and then check on the table of contents. There are quite a number of different formats of the table of contents. You can just select any, right? In my case, it's telling me that creating a table of contents starts by applying heading styles from the styles color to the selected text. So I think it's refusing to create that table of contents because it can't identify any heading. In fact, look at this. It's saying table of contents, no table of contents entries have been found. It's saying no table of contents entries has been found because we have not formatted our document properly. So table of contents hapana chinobuda. Ordinarily inofanira kutotudza kuti introduction yedu iri papage yakati, research objective subheading iri papage yakati, literature review iri papage yakati. That's the purpose of this table of contents, right? But because we've not formatted our document properly, it's not going to show. Anyhow, I will leave this as is, the table of contents. Tinoisiya tozoiupdata kana tapedza kugadzira. Ma-entries edu anofanira kuzobuda kana tapedza. So let's format now our headings. So remember, we said we want to apply. You go to the home tab, you highlight what you want to format as a heading, and then you select heading 1, change the font type to Times New Roman, change the font size to 12, make it bold, change the font color to black. What else? I think that's it, right? So that one there is now a heading 1. Notice heading 1 is highlighted. Right, this is ordinary text. I think somewhere here. This is just ordinary text. It's normal text. So make sure to normal is highlighted. But this, we also need to format it. Kuti iwe font ya Tinoda and so forth. So usually, in our assignments, in our dissertation, it should be Times New Roman. So by highlighting and then selecting Times New Roman, that is changed to Times New Roman. The color is usually black. You want to justify your text so that it looks neater. Now that's a text. Then we have this other subheading here, which is research objectives. So research objectives here, in this case, it's not a heading which is equivalent to introduction. In my view, it's a heading that is under introduction. So I would put this not as heading 1, but as heading 2. Again, you need to format this because a heading 2 in a default font size, font color, font type, you need to adjust this to suit what you're doing in your document. So I'll change that to Times New Roman. Times New Roman. Again, I'll keep it at 12. I change the font color because maybe this one is less bolder than that. This one is heading 1, this one is heading 2. So I want to make this bold. But as you can see there, it's heading 2. Right. Then these are the objectives of the research. This of course is ordinary text. It's ordinary text, but at the same time, these are supposed to be bulleted points. We're saying that the research objectives are as follows. 1, we want to measure 42 features, what. 2, we want to review that. So this should be bulleted points. So to put bullets, remember from our last lecture we did that. You put your bullets there. You can also change the font type so that it's consistent with the remainder of our text, so that it looks very neat. Right, we go then to literature review. Literature review is a heading that is at the same level with introduction. After our introduction, we go to our literature review. That's the structure of a research paper. So literature review is supposed to be heading 1. You format that as a heading by selecting the particular heading. Change the font type. It's now Times New Roman. Change the font size. It's 12. Change the font color to black. Make it bold. So there is your literature review. Right, this obviously you're going to type something with more sense there. It's ordinary text, so normal should be selected there. Select Times New Roman. Font size 12, color black, it's okay now. There are so many other styles that you could use. For example, title. Maybe this is a document on advanced word processing tools, and we want to format that as a title. You just click there. This will be the title of our document. Advanced. The color, the font type there is that one. We want to change it to Times New Roman. Here you go. We have different subtitles here, and the particular subtitles that we are talking about are these things. So you can select these as subtitles. Right. We also have, okay, say you want to quote zvinhu zvakataurwa nemunhu. Pane izvi zvinonzi intense quote izvi. Right. All you need to do is to type something. This article, I think, is on artificial intelligence, something like that. Artificial intelligence is making artificial intelligence attempts to make computers think like human beings. Right. Maybe this is a direct quotation yakaitwa nasomeone. Unoshandisa ichi chakanzi intense quote kana kuti chakanzi quote ichi. Normally zvinhu zvako zvinocentralize zvoenda pakati pepage yako, and whoever is marking your assignments, when they see something like that, they know that this is a quotation. Even if you haven't put those quotation marks, they know that this is a quotation, and they can't penalize you saying that you plagiarized something. Because on the result, this is what? A quotation. So you formatted your work is appropriately. Did it? Right. Let's go back to our table of contents then. You want to update this table of contents to see kuti zvakutiratidzira kuti introduction iri papage yani, chakati chiri papage yani. So you go there, you click update table of contents. There it is. It's showing us the two headings that are in our document. Introduction is on page 1, and then this is a subheading. As you can see, it's showing that it's a subheading of this one. It's on page 2, and then literature review, it's on page 2. So this is how you can actually create a table of contents. In some cases, you have tables. You're going to have tables in your document. Let me just insert a table here. I go to insert a table. Right, we have our table there. There we have source. Okay, this is about artificial intelligence, right? can see here. Okay, say this table, you are using it in your document, it's describing some things here. Remember, in a very large text, you're going to usually have to be numbered, right? They have to be numbered. Many students are going to number their tables manually. For example, table 1, maybe table 1 is the different types of AI tools, artificial intelligence tools. So maybe here we have machine learning, we have maybe deep learning. Maybe this table is describing something. Kana une matable akawanda document mako. Imagine wako page yameno 70. If you are going to be numbering your tables manually like this, it means that you are going to delay doing things that are appropriate, and you are wasting time doing things that are not appropriate. You are supposed to let the computer do the work for you, right? So I'm just going to copy this because I had already typed it, and I'll delete this table 1. So what we are talking about here is, if we go back, we are talking about numbering tables and figures, numbering tables and figures. That is automatically numbering tables and figures. If you want to automatically number your tables, you can make use of the reference tab there. What you do is you go that section, you can see insert caption there. You click on that option, you can see insert caption. It's this small window pops up. Shows the caption. Sorry, I was just admitting someone. Right. Ku caption. If it's a figure, uno select per label you can say figure. If it's a table, like in our case, tukuda ku number table here. So you're going to select table. Indeed. Put a hyphens and give your table a name. The table name is different types of AI tools. I'm just going to type there. But this encryption against the table 1, it pops up automatically. You click OK. Tatonyorerwa there kuti table 1. Notice something. Kana takuda kuzoisa imwe table. Let's just put another table. Insert table. Right. We've put another table there. Another table there. By default, this should be table 2. Indeed. Even manually, we're going to work out table 2. But on a distance computer, it should automatically then number this as 2. For example, you go there, click insert. You notice there, it has numbered our table 2. Maybe we're not talking about deep learning algorithms. You click OK. It changes the style we've been given that inscription depending. You know, the beauty of this is that saying does not decide that it's a table. I'm sorry, panel. That we say a table panel. Let's do that. Let's insert a table. Right. This table we want to go to reference. Right, you go to reference, you click insert table. Do you notice something? Yatoona kuti iyi table iyi ndo iri pamusoro pedzedze dzanga dziri kuzasi. Yabva yatoitumidza kuti yakunzi table 1. Obviously dziri kuzasi dziri dzatochinjawo mazita. So maybe these are our literature. Just move this digits capitals. Right, literature. So this is table 1 and it. Notice this one here takatambotumidza kuti table 1 zvabva zvatochinja automatically ya table 2. Here takadatumidza kuti table 2 automatically has been changed to table 3. So this is how easy it is to number tables. Uchishandisa tools that are available, readily available from our Microsoft Word. So the same thing can also be done to figures. Let me just look for a figure. So figures are like work of art. It could be drawings. It could be drawings, it could be, I don't know, pictures. We call those figures. Let me see if I can copy this. Right. Wonderful. So we have our figure there, and we want to name this figure. So I think this figure is about machine learning. So we have to give this figure a caption. So the same option here, I'm going to select a table, is the same one that you're going to select here. You click insert, but it's not a table now that we want to, it's not a table caption that we want to insert, it's a figure caption. So you're going to change the option there. There's that little option which says label. Change the option to figure. This is only our first figure. Give it a name, put type the figure caption that you want to use. In this case, I'm just going to type machine learning. Click OK. So, machine learning figure 1. So the difference between figures is that figures are usually put below the figure, whereas table caption is put on top of the table. You can also do the same with equations. Say whatever you are doing, there are equations that you want to label. Okay, for example, x plus y is equal to xy squared or something like that. Right, x plus y is equal to xy squared. This is an equation, right? And you want that equation to be numbered as well. You can use the same option here in my figures here. You go to reference tab, insert caption, and then select equation. Click OK. Yeah, something like that. So equation is normally written, equation 1 is normally written besides, just by the side of the equation. So you have 20 equations, you don't have to cram kuti naundapa equation 20, naundapa equation chichi, unonambirwa automatically. And I think someone wants to come into the meeting. Okay, there's no one. Right. The beauty of all this is that you are usually asked to come up with a list of tables that you have used, and with a list of equations that you've used, and a list of figures that you've used. So immediately below your table of contents, you can insert your table of figures. Chiri paside pechakanzi insert table icho. Pechakanzi insert caption. You click on it like that. Select caption yaoda kuisa. Isutoda kuisa my equations, list my equations. You click OK. We should have given that a title, lists. Lists of equations. A list of equations. Is there someone who wants to say something? Okay. At list of equations, we want to format that as a heading so that it will appear on our table of contents. So you go to Home, Interact Atitange tapedza zvese. Total list of equation, total list of tables. Then we also want a list of figures. Please, these are generated automatically and you don't have to input them yourself. Right, so for a list of tables there, you are going to go to reference tab. You select insert table of figures. You select now want to put tables, so the caption that you select there is tables. Then you click OK. My table is they're going to appear to that page G. List of figures, you do the same. Click insert. Go to reference tab, click insert table of figures, then select the appropriate caption. Click OK. So if that just that one figure, right, that it took out from Maui table of contents. So we need to format them as headings. This is a heading. This is also a heading. So I highlight that. Do I press Control? Press that. Right, fine. Go to Home. Go to Styles. Style is heading 1. Someone wants to come into the meeting. Size 12, it's bold, black, bold, like list of tables. It's heading 1. It's heading 1. Change the font type. Times New Roman. Font size 12. Make that bold. Change the color to black. List of figures. Select heading 1. Change that to Times New Roman, black, font size 12, shape bold. Right, we go and update our table of content. So that should now appear. This, that, and that should now appear in our table of contents. But you need to update the table of contents first. You go there, click that option there, and click Update Table. Update entire table. Click OK. Yes, we now have our list of equations, list of tables, list of figures, and then our introduction, and so forth. So this is how you, so it might so happen that this table 1, Yenga per page, let's just insert page numbers there. Insert page numbers at the bottom of the document. Okay. Is there end? Right. It might so happen that this table, Yenga Chinzi page 200, table 2, different types at page 2. It might so happen that that table moves to the next page. It might move to the next page like this. I took away the type up. Each move I end up next page. Iwewe kana wakuzogadzira document rako hauye uchitangidza kukorekta manje kuti yazoenda patable 2. All you need to do is to update your table of contents. Go there, click there, click update table of contents, entire what, click OK. So the list of tables, table 2, here page 2, am I right? No, here page 3. Here page 3. List of tables. Oh, we have to update this one, not this. You should not have found that. So you just right click there and then update field. Update page numbers only, update entire table. Click OK. So it is updated now. So you right click there, update field. Okay. So it updates. So far, are there any questions? Ramai. Are you with me? Are you following? Are you understanding? Alright, it's okay. I'm sure when you then revisit this video, it will become easy. I am recording. Okay. Right, we continue. And now I want to talk about referencing. Remember I was saying that kana wanga uchida kureferenza zvinhu zvakataurwa nomunhu kana maita communication skills data the party ICT makatoudzwa kuti unofanira kureference masources ese unenge washandisa. Sekuti zvinhu izvi zvakanzi chichi izvi zvakanyorwa nemumwe author anonzi Talent Mawere muarticle inonzi chichi you have to reference here. Of course, there are different ways of referencing. This, by the way, is called IEEE kind of referencing. IEEE. Imime, I think, monoshansa inonzi APA, American Psychology Association or something like that. We are supposed to write. Is it what? Mawere. 2023. Is this how you reference with Shansa APA? Class. Okay. you might ask yourselves kuti ko idzi dzinototivhunza zvekureferensa hadzizivi why idzo dziri lecture. You don't have to know how to do this, and the computer can do these things for you very much easily. But what you need to do is to download a software that will help you do the referencing. Let me share. Let me stop sharing this, and then I will share with you. What's the entire screen. Share. Right. Okay, what's happening here is called infinity what. But I hope you see what I want you to see. Let me share. Stop sharing the entire screen. Let me share a Chrome tab. Right, can you see this? muri kuona here? Am I sharing something? I am. Right. Pane software iyi inonzi Mendeley Reference Manager. Mukaverenga apo hanzi Mendeley is a reference manager software founded in 2007 by a PhD student that. It was then acquired by Elsevier in 2013, and it is used to manage and share research papers and to generate bibliography for scholarly articles. This is an open source software. It's free. You don't pay anything for you to use this. So you need to go there, Pakansi Mendeley Apple, and then you download the reference manager. Click on it, or end up Pakansi download app, and then you install it in your computer. You are supposed to then create an account. For you to be able to use this, you need to create an account called Elsevier. To create an account, you just click where it says create account there. You put an email address that you want to use, and it would continue. You just follow the prompts until you have created an account. I already have an account, so I'm not going to create another one. Right. After that, after you have done that, after you have installed it, is that the right one? It's not. Right. So after you have installed it, let me just show you what the application looks like. Okay, we're running out of time now, but I guess in 10 minutes time will be done. Right. Faith kunzwa nyaya dzako. Can you mute your microphone? Ramai, you want to say something? Inongoshanda pama PCs jet. Haishandi pa phone. Alright. I'm trying to share Mendeley yacho you. Hold on. Do you have another question, Ramai? Can you see my screen? So this is what the Mendeley environment will look like. Whenever you use it, you're supposed to log in first, because it accesses data from your cloud. So to get access to that data, you need to log in first. But once you log in, as long as usina close application yako, inongoramba iri logged in chero usisiri pane internet. So papa no create account papa, you are going to put the same details, credentials dzawashandisa kucreata nadzo dzedze ndo dzaunoshandisa kuloga in. So you put your email address and then it will ask for a password. Once you put on your passwords, it then loads so that you can then have full access to the software. My internet is a little bit slow. But here we go. So this is what this software looks like when you've logged in. Here we have the name of the software on top, the Mendeley Reference Manager, and then we have this site pane, navigation pane, here to left side, add new, and then here you have your list of references, sorry, your list of articles that were uploaded. So what you simply do is, say there's an article that you want to use for referencing. There's an article that you want to use for referencing. Once you download it, where was I? Once you download it, you need to add it to your reference manager. You click up pakanzi inini pangwa penyu paunonga wa create account panenge pasina kana chino. But because I've been using this application for a long time, I have a lot of references. So iwewe pako panenge pasina chino. Kana wakuda kuti pave nezvinhu now, you first download my articles ese aruda kushandisa, and then over what import from computer. It gives you now an option to select the files that you want. My computer is very slow. Please forgive it. Anyway, what is the new one? Right, finally it comes out. You select the file that you want to upload. You have to choose the location and you select the file that you want to upload. I'm going to select that one file there. It's a journal article that I downloaded. And then once you select it, you click open. It starts to upload. So the beauty of this Mendeley software is that even if you have installed this application on a laptop, then uenda kubasa. Ukangonoinstallawo futi Mendeley yacho. Ukatanga ukaloga in, inoaccessa ma-articles ese awanga wachishandisa pa-laptop pako. It will still import them. Right, there is my article that I downloaded. It's shown in yellow, kana uchangore upload. So I think there's who is talking there? Faith. So this is the article that I've downloaded. The article you and I download and DOE and upload. Right. Paunongo upload article unobva watoudzirwa iyo computer inonzi iyo software ichanotsvaka kuti ndiani author wearticle iyoyo yotokunyorerapo, yokutsvakira kuti article yakapublishwa gore ripi yotokunyorerapo, yokutsvakira futi kuti title yearticle iyoyo inonzi chii, yokutsvakira futi kuti journal rakanyorerwa article iyoyo rinonzi chii, then time yaraedwa, and then the file. You can actually download the file again from there, that option, and then wobva watotanga kuiverenga panapa. And then to go back to your library, you just click there. So toda kureference zvinhu zvakanyorwa naRostami what. One other thing, ukaenda apo pamatools apo unofanira kuklika icho chakanzi insert Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. Ndiri go to tools, select, click chakanzi install Mendeley site for Word. Pane ka software kanobva kadownloada kobva kaiswa Microsoft Word mako. Inini I already have it, so I'm not going to download it again. Let me now stop sharing Mendeley. So maarticle ese wanga uchishandisa let me stop presenting there and then present Microsoft Word window. Right. Kana wainstalla site for Word ukaenda apo pakanzi references apo pane chiicon icho chakanzi Mendeley site chinofanira kuappear. If you click on it, pane this thing chinouya kuside, right side document kwako. Ichi manje chakuaccess ma-articles ako ese ari kuMendeley site kwako, which means now you can cite with ease. You can cite with ease, but again chinofanira kutanga chadownloada ma-articles, chofanira kutanga chadownloada ma-references kubva kucloud kweMendeley yako, kubva painternet. So sometimes it will ask you to log in so that it downloads, but kana walogga in, as long as you don't turn off your Microsoft Word, as long as you don't close your Microsoft Word, it will always remember. You don't need to log in again. This is some level of slowness. All this, when a normal computer should not take a minute.
Semantic issues.
Right, it will give you this get started, what? Get started. So it will ask you to log in. The same credentials that you created that time are the ones that you use to log in, if it asks you to log in. If it doesn't ask you to log in, it means it is picked from Papangoka for a Mendeley paper. It will probably have picked those logon details. So it's going to log in automatically. So these are the list of references that are in my Mendeley application. My PDF ese anenge ndadownloada ndaisa kuMendeley ose achanyorwa mazita matitle opiko. Now if I want to reference something, say this is zvakanzi time series forecasting ish, ndazviwana kuarticle iyi yakanzi Rostami Taba. If you remember well, ndiyo yandapedzisira kuuploada iyi. I just go there after that, and I click the reference that I want to use, and then I click insert. Automatically ndabva ndatoisirwa reference. Ndikada ku reference again ish, maybe ish, ndazviona kuarticle iyi yakanzi recent advances in application of what, ndongoclicka up ndoti insert, ndatoisirwa reference ndoti ish. Kana ndazviwana somewhere again, it's just a matter of ticking the article wowana zvinhu izvozvo. Just a matter of ticking wowana zvinhu izvozvo, and then we'll click on insert. In some cases, maybe izvozvo zvawakuda kureference zvakatotaurwa nevanhu vakawanda. Maybe zvakataurwa neuyuyu, zvikataurwawo neuyuyu, zvikataurwawo neuyuyu, zvikataurwawo neuyuyu. Multiple references. Nditi unodziselecta dzese woti insert. Inobva yatotinyorera vese vari 6. Nditi kana lecturer ataura nawo kuti ini ndoda kuti kana muchisaita munoshandisa this type of citation, unogona kungonochinja automatically up, unoenda up patari zvimadotsi izvo. No, you go up on citation sightings up, and then select this citation style that you want to use. Remember I told you the one that you guys use is American Psychology Association. This is the basic citation style inoshandiswa kuma-schools nekuma-universities. But you can change. You can use Harvard, you can use Vancouver, you can use Nature, you can use American Medical Association. Zvinenge zvakati siyanei masaitirwo azvinoitirwa. Really. So you select whatever citation style that your lecturer will be told you to use. But like I said before, it's basically the Upper American Psychology Association style that is normally used. The beauty of this again is at the end of your research or your assignment, you want to come up with a reference list. You want to come up with a reference list. You might check reference list, whatever you call it. Again, this has to be formatted as a heading so that unoita type of contents yako zvinobuda. So you go to home, format it as a heading 1, change that to Times New Roman, Times New Roman to font size 12, make it bold. And then we insert our list of references now. And remember that the beauty of this is this reference list can automatically be generated. Aufana kutanga kufunga kuti zvienda shandisa matukuwana anopanga kuti ningi ndipo ma assignments ma list ako yawashandisa unoshandisa yako wega yaunozvigeneratera ukaenda pakanzi references apo. Okay, but don't worry. Ukaenda ku Mendeley site chiachi chakuraiti kunoku ukaclicka 3 madots ayo pane that option yakanzi insert bibliography. If you just click on it, unoudza kuti your bibliography will be inserted at your case allocation. Our case allocation was somewhere there. Or to continue, automatically my references ese atashandisa atoiswa. Something that would take someone maybe 2 or 3 days quit. Isu tinenge tatozviita apa within a minute or 2. So this is how you create your references. So this is what we were talking about today. Just a recap, we talked about styles, we talked about the reference tab where we find most of the advanced tools that we were using today. We talked about the table of contents and updating the table of contents. We talked about inserting captions, figure captions. You could use the reference tab to insert citations, but each tool cheku Microsoft Word chekuisa ma citations chakada kufanana neMendeley chiri hachinyatsokushanda kana tichida kuchikombera neMendeley ndeti. So isusu we didn't discuss about this reference so this insert citation stuff because tazvidiscuss pananga tichitaura nezveMendeley apo. So you notice that most of the tools that are important, we have already talked about them. We also talked about Mendeley referencing software, and we also talked about how to insert the table of contents and so forth. So basically this marks the end of today's presentation. Are there any questions that you guys feel we might need to talk about before we go? Any questions? munoziva she inda kunyarara kudai zvanzwisisika here apo Wesley Wesley, are you with us? Patience? Okay, if we all understand, that's good. I'm going to share this presentation with the rest of the class. If there are any questions, you can always refer to the video, or you can even come to my inbox so that I can help you. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you guys for attending.
Mm-hmm.